Ed Sheeran, come on out, sir. Yeah. What's up, Ed?
You changed your hair. I like it.
Do you like it? Am I a blonde?
It's very Kanye of you.
It's very, and it's apparently very Katy Perry now too. You saw Katy with the blonde.
She looks great with it.
She looks better than I do. Let's be honest.
No, you look nice.
Okay, okay,
like it.
You guys, it's Ed Sheeran's birthday. Happy birthday, Ed Sheeran! Is there anything you want for your birthday, Ed?
Not really. Do you know what I sound like an old man saying this, but the older I get, I care less and less about my birthday. It just kind of comes around. I'm like, oh, okay, birthday. Like, it's the same for oddly enough, kind of the same for Christmas. It's just like all these kind of like cool days come around, and I'm just really boring with them now.
Well, I got you a gift.
Did you?
Stand by.
I was gonna say, where's my gift? Oh, and you wrapped it and everything.
All right, here we go.
Wow. If it's a framed photo of you, I want you to sign it.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's a framed photo of us. And you've signed it. Amazing.
All right.
God, that was a while ago. Look at that. What do you think, guys?
It's not every day a DJ signs a pic for you.
No, I like it.
So I thought I would bring that up.
One of my friends gave me one of them for Christmas. They took a picture of themselves and framed it of them going like that. And another one of my mates, I don't know if you do this here in birthday cards where you put like a $10 in a birthday card, but that was my birthday present from my mate last year. He put 10 quid in a birthday card and gave it to me.
That's like something your grandmother would do. Oh, man. All right, so yeah, happy birthday, Ed. I hope you like that. We're going to play. Oh, he's placing it on the foot of the stage.
Oh.
Man, I love this guy. Who doesn't love Ed Sheeran? Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, we should sing Happy Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ed.
Happy birthday to you, yeah.
Thank you. They do it. My favourite cake that they do, actually, my mum gets me every year. Do you have a caterpillar cake over here? Have you had them? It's called Colin the Caterpillar. It's like a little chocolate cake like that, and it cuts into bits. It's really
What's
cool.
on the inside? Like different,
It's like chocolate sponge cake.
Ooh, yeah. I should have next time.
But the eyes are made out of Smarties, and it's just
sounds delicious.
It's awesome.
Hey, we haven't seen you for a while for obvious reasons. You took a little hiatus and you went away, and you and I just still find this hard to believe. Even though I was talking to one of your managers here, you really don't have a cell phone. Like you went off the grid.
I really don't have a cell phone. Yeah, really don't.
And you use, so the reason, once again, I know you've gone through the story before, but you as opposed to the cell phone, you were with the iPad now.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I know that there are a few artists that I know that don't have cell phones, and they just see. It's kind of like living in a bubble, but it's a cool bubble because you don't see all the negative stuff around you or the positive. You just don't see anything. But I just thought it would probably be good for my sanity to like get rid of a phone. And it has been great for it.
Is it true at some point, because I guess the typical smartphones, they get so, you can get, there's 50 messages coming in every 5 seconds. So is it true that at one point you attempted to get the old school flip phone? Like you went with the flip for a hot second.
I've still got the flip, but I'm kind of like, I don't know if anyone here has a mum who has a mobile phone, like an old flip phone, and they literally like charge it up when they need to ring you. And you're like, what's the point of having it? Is it meant to be so you can be contactable? So I've turned into my mum basically. So I have a phone. I haven't charged it up in about 3 weeks. And when I need to call people, I charge it up and switch it on and then call them. And then I switch it back off and put it in my bag.
Now, does it feel good? Is it like, are you more empowered now that you've done this phone, yeah, girl, I'm done.
I am, do you know what? I got to a point where I got really sort of down about, it sounds silly to say, but I'd wake up and there'd be 50 new messages and all of them would be asking for something, and none of them would be like, hey, how are you? It'd just be like, can I have tickets for this? Or can you do this? Or can I have money? And I just like, every day that happened. So getting rid of that and getting that out of my life has been, it's been amazing. I now wake up and I go on an iPad and I've got 2 emails, and one's saying that the song's #1 and the other's from like my mum being like, hey, so it's a lot. It's for me, like I obviously wouldn't recommend to everyone to get rid of a phone. The social media thing's good, I think. I think getting stepping away from that as well has been good. I find Instagram more and more is ruining the way that people feel about themselves. I have like a mate whose 8-year-old daughter asked her for makeup the other day because Kim Kardashian wears makeup, and it's like, I think when you're 8, you're meant to like be climbing trees and eating worms and stuff like that. No.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I guess when I see Instagram, I see like somebody else having such a great time, and it's like, I'm on the, I'm on top of the planet.
But they're just as self-conscious as you are, because they're like, oh, people, I'm having such a bad day. I need to show people I'm having a great time. And then and then you see it and you're like, oh, I need to show people I'm having a good time. And then you get out your phone, and it's a cycle. The selfie as well, because the selfie is like you being self-conscious about yourself, and you want people to comment on your selfie to be like, hey, you look really pretty. But then the people commenting are like, oh, like I need to do it self, and it's a cycle. I think what Instagram, does anyone go on the Fat Jewish or Jerry on Instagram? Yeah. So that's what Instagram's about. Those are the only 2 things I look at on Instagram. Have you seen him?
Yeah, he's a trip, dude. By the way, if you do post a selfie anytime soon or whenever, I
did one at the Grammys actually. I was like that with the. Well, but that wasn't like I think a selfie is when you go.
Oh yeah, the smoldering.
The smolder.
I'm gonna say something nice next time I see your selfie.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna do that. All right,
you will never ever see a smoldering selfie. I can promise you that.
Do that look again. Give me that. Oh. All right, Castle. Give me some backstory before we jump into Castle. What do people not know about this truck?
It's about my childhood and my friends. And do you know what's mad? I don't know if anyone has friends that they grew up with, but we literally have nothing in common now other than the fact we all grew up with each other and all love each other very much. But they are my best friends. Like I see them. We go on holiday twice a year, every year, and I take them to like award shows and things. And I'm just always hanging out with them and speaking to them. Like one of them's a property developer. One of them does beehives. Like one of them works out in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean on a wind farm. Like it's such different jobs, but like sort of hanging out together is yeah. So
they hang out with you. Have you ever hung out with him doing the beehive thing? And how was that?
Yeah,
no.
Like, well, she does it. She does it as an art installation. So we like obviously support each other's stuff. But yeah, the guy, I've never been to the wind farm though. He's the friend that works down by the coast. Yeah, he gets. He's a bit of a hard bastard actually. He's kind of like, I don't know. He's a lifeguard on the. He's just very wedge. Like he's very in shape.
Very what's the word again?
Like wedge.
Wedge means like he's
like tank. Like
he's I
don't know. English slangs different. What built.
Ripped, built. Yes, that's wedge. All right. See, we just learned another.
I do prefer wedge because it's like wedge. It's
so wedge, man.
It sounds better than built.
Yeah, wedge. I'll go with that. All right. So this track is all about your wide variety of friends who you have something in common with, but not really.
No, well, I mean, you probably have friends that. Probably most of your best friends have nothing to do with the entertainment industry or radio. They're
from Texas and I grew up around cattle.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. So it's probably a very similar thing. But I feel like everyone has, you obviously have friends in the workplace, but your sort of real, true, way back when friends do completely different things. And I promise when you meet up, no one goes, hey Jojo, how's the radio going? They just go, hey, like, guess what happened last week to so and so, and then you just start talking about that. It's they never. No one ever says how's the music going with me. They're just like, oh mate, I think he threw up in a shoe last week or something like that.
You should write a song about that.
Yeah.
My mate threw up in the shoe and he's wedged.
Well, no, but I did say in the song, me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Yeah. We haven't, When was the last time you threw up from alcohol?
When's the last time I threw up from alcohol? God, maybe it's been a while. Maybe like 10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
What happened the last time you threw up with alcohol, Ed?
It wasn't actually that long ago. It was after I wrote the song. Basically, I used to always start. Don't try this at home, kids. I used to always start my night with a Jaeger bomb, which is yeah, no, but
Does anybody? Do you actually like the Jaeger?
No,
nobody likes it, right?
No, it just gives you a kick and then you're in. You're in. Like it's much better than taking drugs. You're just like, yeah, I'm in. And so I used to do Jaeger bombs at the beginning of every night, usually like 2 or 3, just to get kind of like in the zone. And then I don't know, I think my body reached a limit because I went out the other night and it literally touched my lips and I went, oh, and then like went and threw up and I was like, that can't happen. So I got another one and did it and went. So basically, the last time I threw up was sober.
Wow.
Bad, isn't it?
So, all right. Moral to the story: don't drink Jaeger because it's evil. Is this a true story about the Grammy? I mean, that you show up at your label's Grammy party, and they won't let you in.
Yeah, that actually happens every year. And do you know what's worse? Every year my dad gets in. My dad rung me and was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not at the party I couldn't get into." And he's like, "Oh, I am." I'm like, "How can you get? How does he?" I think he's just more authoritarian. I think he was there. After the Brits, which is England's equivalent of the Grammys. My dad lit up a cigarette in the party, which obviously like. Imagine if you just lit up in here, it would be like quite weird. And the security guard walked up to him. It's the Warner Brits after party, Warner Records, and he lit up a cigarette. And the security guard walked up to him and said, "Sir, you can't smoke in here." And my dad turned around and was like, "I am Mr. Warner," and then just carried on. And he got left alone.
So you got to walk in like you own the joint, pretty much.
Literally, I mean, but my dad doesn't look like he's. You know, he dresses worse than me. He's always like, but he, yeah, you just. Confidence is key.
I can't. I'm with you. I walk in and we used to do a show called JoJo Jam, and my name was on the pass, and I couldn't get in. I mean, my face was on the pass.
Yeah,
Ed.
But did you remember there was a party last year that Paul McCartney couldn't get into?
I heard about that. Yeah,
and he was walking away just being like, "How many hits do you have to have?"
Paul freaking McCartney. Now, even the year that you won last year, when you won 2 Grammys, I believe it was. You couldn't get into your own Grammy party that year.
No, I decided not to go. Basically, I always think the Grammy parties suck because it's just like it's full of people that aren't in the music industry who just live in LA and they'd want to be kind of in the party, and it's just full of wankers and. Sorry, last year I decided because I won, I was like. The last thing I want to do is be sat on a sofa at 4 o'clock in the morning with someone I don't really like talking to me about world politics, which is usually what happens. So I got a plane and I flew to Iceland and had my 25th birthday in the Blue Lagoon in my Grammy suit when I landed. And yeah, it was pretty awesome.
And that's how you do it, man. You know, now I don't feel so bad because I skipped all the Grammy festivities this year because my daughter had a dance recital. So I think I won. I won.
You, anyone that wonders what goes on at these Grammy parties, you literally stand there like this, trying to get a drink, and then by the time you get a drink, you've lost all your friends, and then they've all gone home because it's too late, and then someone's really stoned in the corner trying to eat like leftover rice.
Let's reenact that. Stand up, Ed.
Hey,
how you doing?
Hey,
what's going on? You having a good time? Yeah, it's one of those.
Literally, yeah. And then like, I don't know. The problem is everyone turns up with like 30 people in their entourage, which I get because you're not going to enjoy a party on your own unless you're fun. But yeah,
amen. Yeah, and let's move on to another topic here. Been a minute since I've seen you. To my understanding, you have some new tattoos, right?
Yeah, I would get them out, but I've let my dad bod come back into effect.
Oh no.
Yeah, I shot the music video for Shape of You and had to like train for that, and then like it's the same for Thinking Out Loud. The thinnest and most in shape I've ever been is like learning how to dance, and then as soon as I finished, it was just like, right, where are the pizzas?
Because pizza's so good.
Okay, you get fries and a pizza. You put the fries on the pizza and you roll it up. It's so good. It's so good.
What, just for the people in LA, what's the calorie count on a handful of fries rolled up in a piece of pizza? What's the calorie carb count?
What is this whole calorie count? Who are you, Pete? Why are you counting calories? Just enjoy your life.
I'm just curious.
No, I think with calories, you know what's good and you know what's bad. You don't look at a bag of Doritos and go, oh, do you know what? That's 500 calories, so I can't have it today. You're just like, do you know what? If I have that, that's probably more unhealthy than having a salad. Like, that's kind of like how English people work. It's just like, right, salad healthy, Doritos unhealthy, but I will have Doritos, and I know tomorrow I'll have to do some exercise.
I'm with you. My thing is, if it does,
do you count calories?
No, my diet has to consist of chips and salsa, or I just can't go on the diet. I'm a chips and salsa 24/7 guy.
I think by all means, I've come to a point in my life where like my parents are getting older, and I'm encouraging them to exercise. And then when they exercise, I'm like, oh, you know what? I should probably exercise. I'm all up for being healthy, but in terms of like watching what you eat, I think you should kind of just eat within reason. Like I now don't do that pizza thing every day, which is what I used to do. I would now do that maybe like once every 2 weeks.
God, it sounds good though. Sounds really good. Hey, the album Divide.
Mhm.
What else do people need to know? I know you've released the track list.
There's a new song out today. Yeah,
That's what I hear.
called "How Would You Feel."
And it'll be on the album, correct?
It is on the album. It's not. It's not a single. It's just I wanted. "Castle on the Hill" is a very sort of upbeat anthemic song, and "Shape of You" is quite a kind of upbeat, clubby song. And I wanted people to know that that is basically as far left on this album as I get, and it's very much there are some me songs, kind of acoustic.
And this
ballads.
track, this new track that that you're that we're talking about right now, the new one here. That the title of it's what once again?
How Would You Feel?
And is this the one where like you forgot? I heard you talk to Seacrest the other day.
Yeah.
You forgot it existed, and you emailed it. Correct me if I'm wrong. To your girlfriend, and she emailed it back to you. And
Well, no,
what's that story?
we both come from the same hometown and grew up together. And she lived in New York for a long time, and she came back. The way the relationship rekindled was she came back to our hometown, and we spent a week together and just drove around in a Mini and ate fish and chips and stuff. And then on her way to the airport, I wrote a song in like 15 minutes and just sent it to her just to be like, see ya. This was really nice.
Wow.
And then obviously now we've been dating quite a while now. But when I was going through the songs for the album, I said to her like, "What's your favorite song? What should be on the album?" And she said, "Well, you've even forgotten you wrote it, but it's here." And it actually sounded really. It really didn't sound good. But I knew that production-wise, I could make it sound nice.
That's a great story, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, and it is. I guess she is. Yeah, does she get a co-producer credit because she suggested a song? I'm not sure how that works, but she deserves it, Ed. I'm just throwing that in there.
No, I mean she'll. I don't know.
All right, I'm trying here. I'm trying.
We will live a very nice lifestyle.
I'm sure. Well, congrats. By the way, congrats. She seemed like a great girl, and well, that's a pretty cool story behind a song. You forgot it existed, wrote it for her, emailed back to you. Boom, there it is.
Yeah, it's she's been a very good A&R on this album.
Apparently so.
She can tell what's good and what's not. Well, not always what's good and what's not. There's one song we disagreed on that she might actually be right on it, but I'm gonna wait and see what you guys think.
One that made the album.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna say which one it is.
No, because no, but I'm gonna wait and see because if it is massive, I can be like, I told you.
Okay. All right, let's do "Shape of You." I know we've heard this song a bunch of times, but it's just super cool to have you here. Obviously, any backstory on "Shape of You"? I know you're in love with her body, and all that.
It's the shape of the body, though.
Oh, are we? I'm with you. Anything else we need to know, Ed, about this track?
Yeah, I've finished it and then like put it to bed, and was like, I don't want to do that. Because it sounded really electronic originally, and then like everyone was nudging me, being like, you have to finish this, you have to like produce it up properly. And so I went in and put some guitars on it and took out all the electronic drums and made it a bit more kind of earthy. And then still didn't want to do it, and then just kind of lived with it for a bit, and then it just stuck. It was like an earworm. It just stuck in my head. But I was like that with Sing on the last record. And don't like I just like for me I don't know what is a hit and what's not a hit, and I write a lot of songs, and the songs that I'm always drawn towards are like the slow acoustic ballads, and I would if it were just up to me, I would make a very, very sleepy, dull, depressing album. So it's good to have a team of people that can pick out from the songs that I've written what can actually make an album, because I'm always like gonna skew to the really, really slow ballads, but you can't have like 14 tracks of that because it will send people to sleep. So,
which is surprising because I don't know if you guys know, Ed's got this insane rap, these insane rap skills. You think that would, we've heard it, and it trickled, into the last album, and did
I actually open up this record with a rap song. There's only one. Oh no, there's two rap songs on the album, but yeah, this record opens up with one. It's actually like. It's the weirdest opening track for an acoustic singer.
Is it something you can say now, or is it? I guess you want to keep that under wraps.
Well, no, it's a song called Eraser, and it's it's very intense, very intense.
Well, Ed, it's a real pleasure to have you in the studio.
Thank you, and I do like your hair.
You mean that?
Yeah.
One of the premier artists of our generation. I think when we look back on this time period, 20 years from now, we'll name a couple of core artists, and you'll be one of those artists that will always remember. You are that good, and it's an honor to have you here. And I'm really excited. You like my hair? Ed Sheeran, you guys. Some love for Ed.
Thank you.
Yes. Share for you. Here we go.